I still remember the day we moved into 47 Maplewood Lane. It was 1998. The paint was peeling, the roof leaked, and the realtor called it a fixer-upper. But to me, it was a palace. My husband, Daniel, carried me over the threshold while our 2-year-old son, Ethan, toddled behind us, clutching a stuffed dinosaur. That house saw everything. Ethan's first steps, his first bike crash, the night Daniel didn't come home from the hospital after his heart attack. For 25 years, I poured my life into those walls. I refinished the hardwood floors with my own hands. I planted the cherry tree in the backyard the day Ethan graduated high school. I kept every report card, every soccer trophy, every drawing he ever gave me. After Daniel died, it was just Ethan and me. He was 27, unemployed, and between opportunities. I told myself it was temporary. He's grieving. He'll get back on his feet. So I let him move back in. I cooked his favorite meals. I paid the bills. I even co-signed a loan for his business idea that never launched. I thought love meant sacrifice. I was wrong. It started small. Ethan stopped saying thank you. Then he stopped helping with dishes. Then he stopped coming home before 3 a.m. I'd wake up to empty beer cans on the counter, his friends reading my fridge, music shaking the walls until dawn. When I asked him to clean up, he'd roll his eyes. "Chill, Mom, it's just a party." I worked double shifts at the hospital as a nurse. I'd come home exhausted, feet swollen, only to find the kitchen destroyed. One night, I found a girl I didn't know asleep in my bed. Ethan was on the couch, snoring. I woke him up. "This is my house, Ethan, my rules." He laughed. Laughed. "Your house? You'd be in a nursing home without me keeping you company." That should have been the first red flag. But I apologized. It was a Tuesday in March. I'd just worked a 16-hour shift. A patient had coded. I'd held his wife's hand while she screamed. I came home craving silence. Instead, I walked into chaos. The living room was trashed. Pizza boxes, red cups. Someone had vomited in my ficus plant. Ethan was in the kitchen, shirtless, making out with a girl whose name he probably didn't know. I lost it. "Ethan, clean this up, now." He turned, eyes red-shot. "God, Mom, why are you always such a nag?" "I'm not a nag. I'm your mother. This is my home." He smirked. "Your house? You'd be in a nursing home without me keeping you company." The girl giggled. My face burned. "Get out," I said quietly. "Both of you. Now." He grabbed a beer from the fridge. "Make me?" I stepped forward. "I mean it. Leave." He slammed the bottle down so hard it shattered. "You know what, Mom? I'm tired of you. Tired of your rules. Tired of your guilt trips. Tired of you." The words hit harder than any slap. I stared at my son, the boy who used to cry if I left the room, and saw a stranger. "Fine," I whispered. "Then I'll make it easy for you." That night, I didn't sleep. I sat at the kitchen table, surrounded by broken glass and stale beer, and made a decision. If Ethan was tired of me, I'd remove myself from his life, completely. The next morning, I called a realtor. "Hi, I'm selling 47 Maplewood Lane, as is, cash offer preferred. I want to close in 30 days. She was stunned. "Ma'am, the market's slow, and with the condition, I'll take 20% below asking, just make it fast." She thought I was crazy. Maybe I was. I didn't tell Ethan. I didn't tell anyone. For the next 3 weeks, I lived like a ghost in my own home. I packed my life into 3 suitcases while Ethan partied downstairs. I forwarded the mail to a P.O. box. I opened a new bank account. I even changed my phone number. I left the cherry tree. I left his childhood drawings. I left the photo of Daniel holding baby Ethan on the fridge. I took only what was mine. On April 1st, the sign went up in the yard. For sale, cash only, 30-day close. Ethan noticed it at 2 p.m. while hung over on the porch. "Mom, what the hell is this?" I was in the kitchen, drinking coffee like it was any other day. Exactly what it looks like. "You're selling the house? Are you insane?" "No, I'm tired, Ethan. Tired of cleaning up after you. Tired of being disrespected in my own home. Tired of being your doormat." He laughed nervously. "This is a joke, right? April Fools." I slid the realtor's card across the table. "Offer came in this morning. $380,000. Closing is April 29th. His face went white. "But where am I supposed to go?" "That's not my problem anymore." "You can't do this. This is my house too." "No," I said, standing. "Your father and I paid for it. You haven't contributed a dime in 5 years. Legally, it's mine to sell." He lunged for the card. I pulled it back. "Mom, please. I'll change, I swear. Just don't—" I cut him in. "You said you were tired of me, so I'm leaving, and I'm taking the house with me." The next 28 days were a war. Ethan alternated between rage and begging. He trashed the for sale sign. He called me a heartless bitch. He left voicemails sobbing, promising to get a job, to go to rehab, to be the son I deserved. I didn't answer. I stayed at a motel under a fake name. I watched from afar as moving trucks came for my furniture. I donated Daniel's old recliner to charity. I sold my wedding china on Facebook Marketplace. On April 28th, I met the buyers, a young couple with a baby on the way. They cried when I handed them the keys. "This house has good bones," I told them. "Take care of it." They had no idea it was the scene of my greatest heartbreak. On closing day, I drove by one final time. The new owners were already painting the front door blue. A stroller sat on the porch. Ethan's beat-up Honda was parked crooked in the driveway, stuffed with trash bags and laundry. He sat on the curb, head in his hands. I slowed the car. Our eyes met through the windshield. For a second, I saw the little boy who used to run to me when he had nightmares. Then I remembered his words. "I'm tired of you, Mom." I pressed the gas and drove away. I moved 800 miles away to a coastal town in Oregon. I bought a tiny cottage with cash, peeling paint, leaky roof, ocean view, a fixer-upper. I got a job at a clinic. I adopted a dog named Luna. I started painting again, something I hadn't done since Ethan was born. 6 months later, I got a letter. No return address. "Mom, I'm sober. I got a job at a warehouse. I miss you. The new people won't let me in the backyard to see the cherry tree. I'm sorry. Please call me." I read it twice, then I burned it in the fireplace. Here's what Ethan will never understand. I didn't sell the house to hurt him. I sold it to save myself. For years, I defined my worth by how much I could give. I thought if I just loved him harder, he'd love me back. But love isn't a one-way street. The house wasn't bricks and mortar. It was a prison of my own guilt. Every room echoed with memories of the mother I tried to be and the son he chose not to be. Selling it wasn't revenge. It was freedom. Last spring, I drove back to Maplewood Lane. Just once. The new owners had planted roses where the ficus used to be. The cherry tree was blooming, pink petals drifting like snow. A little girl, maybe 3 years old, was chasing bubbles in the yard. She waved at me through the fence. I waved back. Ethan's car wasn't there. I don't know where he is. I don't need to. I got back in my car, rolled down the windows, and let the pedals blow through. For the first time in decades, I wasn't carrying anyone else's weight. I was just me. And that was enough.